Bonjour et bienvenue sur cette conférence sur le sujet Pourquoi le développement de la mobilité électrique risque d'être remis en cause par la recharge. Notre présentateur, c'est Thibaut Chary, le directeur général chez Yespark. Thibaut, je vous laisse la parole.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here with you and to talk about this huge change in society, which is the development of electric vehicles and of course the charging stations that make this development happen. I will share with you my screen right now. You should see it now, probably. So if you don't see it, raise your hand, but it should be okay. Well, so we're going to talk about electric vehicles, charging stations, the future, a potential danger, which I would like to underline, and potential solutions too. But before starting this presentation, well, I've got a figure to share with you. This figure is 20%. I would like to be in a real lecture room to be able to interact with you more easily, but yeah, maybe some of you know what this 20% is. Well, in fact, those 20% are linked with our mission at Yespark, which is to solve users' parking needs and bring back life in the city and encouraging the emergence of new means of mobility. And those 20% are the share of Californians that are abandoning electric cars. So if you read this sentence, it might shock you, because usually we read many articles, many newspaper articles about adopting electric cars and not abandoning them. So this is quite shocking, and part of Californians are abandoning electric cars due to charging problems, charging difficulties they have. Basically, charging your car in California is sometimes difficult, so you just quit and turn back to a classical car. So we could ask ourselves, well, what will happen in France? And in fact, we're not going to talk about just France, which is the country I know the best, but basically throughout the world, even if there are different reasons, will electric vehicles will follow the same fate as in California, which is, will it succeed or will it fail, and why? So this is what I want to talk about today. The potential danger for electric vehicles, and this danger is completely linked with the availability and the possibility to charge your car if you are considering to buy an electric car. Well, first, so what is the future of electric cars in France? Is it bright or is it dark? Well, at first sight, it seems bright. There is a huge increase in cars sold. Every year is a new record that is beaten. We've got every country has its best-selling car, and people are getting more and more used to using electric vehicles. There are many subsidies, measures by the states to encourage this development. So this is great to boost this development of electric vehicles. And there are also many deadlines which are set by cities, local governments, the state governments. For example, in Paris here, we have the Olympic Games in 2024, and a deadline to prevent diesel vehicles from being driven in Paris, and there is also a goal of preventing every classical vehicle by 2030 in Paris. So every vehicle should be electric by then. So yeah, once again, great changes, and we see that there is a very heavy wave of electric mobility, electric vehicles that is moving forward, and that seems very powerful. And I personally believe this is a wonderful thing and a very good trend, very good move to follow. But we have a problem, like in California. Well, you won't buy an electric vehicle if you can't charge it. You wouldn't buy a car if you couldn't go to the gas station, of course. And here is this problem. Why is it a problem? Well, basically, most of the charging sessions, most of the recharge are done at home. You plug and charge your car at home. And here we have the problem. Many 7 million, in fact, of cars don't have a parking to park your car at home. Why? Because many buildings are old, and old buildings don't have a parking lot underneath. So you've got homeless cars, and 7 million homeless cars means 7 million homeless electric cars. And a homeless electric car is a car that doesn't move, that doesn't have any power, so that is completely useless. This is the very big danger electric vehicles face in France, and in fact in every country. If you can't charge it, you will not buy it, and you will not use it. Well, and it's I mean, this is a pity, and a huge pity. We've got a very big problem here. There is a solution, so which is well, public charging stations. Because if you don't have a parking lot underneath your apartment or with your house, you can go to a public charging station and park and plug and charge your car there. It is a solution, but it is not a perfect solution, and we are in fact even very far from there. There has been a very good press article in Le Figaro in France that is talking about this, and it gives very insightful figures of the situation in France concerning charging, public charging stations. We've got a problem of quantity of numbers, only one charging station for 10 vehicles. We've got a problem of quality. Many of those, unfortunately, charging stations are out of use. And we've got also, well, and resulting to a lack of satisfaction from drivers, from users. And we've got also a price issue. Of course, those charging stations are designed and their pricing is also designed for very fast, quick charging. When you're moving from point A to point B, you need to charge between those 2 points. Well, you need to be ready to go in 15, 20, 30 minutes maximum. And this, of course, costs money. When you park at home, you've got the whole night to recover your battery, to recover your autonomy. You don't need a fast charging facility. You need slow charging, and it's okay. And thus you are willing a price that is much cheaper than those €7 per 100 kilometers. So yeah, public charging stations are a solution for those homeless cars, but it's not a perfect one, and so the problem is not solved yet. Yeah, very big problem of availability, and we are even without talking about slow charging, we are late in installing and installing those public facilities. So we've got a hole here. We've got a hole on this bottom left corner of this this chart. We've got a hole. We have a hole if you want to charge at home, and we have a hole and you live in a building without a parking lot, or you live in a building in which you're only a tenant and not an owner of the apartment, and thus of the parking lots, parking space, which is underneath. There's a hole here. This hole is what Yespark, our company, is trying to fill. And this is the last part of my my talk. Yeah, a danger, a solution that is failing, at least for this use, but a wonderful solution that is Yespark, of course. What we are providing, well, Yespark, before that, what is it? It is a network of parking lots, and it is a network of electric parking lots. We've got 45,000 parking spaces in France and Italy. And we are installing charging facilities. So we are creating an electric parking network. So this is what Yespark and Yespark Recharge is. This is what it looks like. This is one of our parking lots in Paris. Yeah, basically plugs, and this is fuel autonomy. Freedom for every person that has an electric car. What is great with the offer is that, well, we provide fully packaged service. You rent, because we are targeting, we address ourselves to people who don't have a parking space underneath their apartments. So we sell them, we rent them a parking lot plus the fuel, plus the charging facility. So you rent the parking lot, and you also rent the charging facility, starting from 39 euros per month. And this is great for tenants because it's completely packaged, packaged solution. You don't have to buy the charging point. You don't have to worry about it. The power consumption, the fuel is included, and it's also a very economical solution for them. You've got no setup fee. You've got no like commitment to. So this is yeah, a very good solution for the tenants, for the electric car drivers. It's much cheaper than gas. Also, and much cheaper, of course, than public charging stations, which is one of the flows we've been talking about just before. And well, it's also well, it's a solution for electric car drivers. It's also a solution and a service we provide to building owners, parking lot owners, being parking lot from underneath hotels, underneath commercial centers, underneath residential buildings, office buildings, every kind of building and parking lots underneath has an issue of having vacant parking lots. This is what we're working on by renting the parking lots, renting the parking spaces. You've got an issue of well, your tenants of the building want to have may want to have an electric plug. So we also provide a solution for that, and we are contributing to this move towards electric mobility. In a more long-term vision, what we're doing is imagining tomorrow's parking lot. We're developing new ways of mobility, and how do we do that? We do that by increasing this number of charging stations we provide. Our goal is to install and commercialize 25,000 parking well, charging stations by 2025. Well, this is in short. I just stop here with the commercial part of the presentation. This is, of course, not the main ideas. The main idea is this change, this trend of this electric mobility trend is massive, huge, and essential if we think of the future of our planet, if we think of the future of our society, if we think of the future of our cities and our life and of the way we live. This is a huge trend, but there is such a big danger, such a big threat, which is not tackled at all yet. Those homeless cars, and we need to find solution. Yespark, of course, is a solution, but my call is please be aware of this danger. Let's try to figure out a solution. And of course, if you're interested in what we're doing, if you need a charging station, if you need to rent parking spaces you have which are vacant, or if you just need to talk about electric vehicles, parking lots, making your building more profitable, let's meet. You've got a button underneath. You've got a link here for the virtual booth. So yeah, don't hesitate. And we've got a few questions we've got a few minutes, sorry, to see if there are some questions. So let's go. We've got a question. How are those €7 per 100 kilometers calculated? Unfortunately, I don't know, but the article is very, very serious and very very deep. So I should have put the link, but I guess that if you look for this on Google, the newspaper is called Le Figaro. I hope you may find your answer. And there is another question, which is, what does it mean when you talk about one space for 7 cars? Do people rent a parking lot and share it with others? Well, when I was talking about this, I was talking about public charging stations. So basically, it could be charging stations along the motorways, for example, or charging station in cities. For example, in Paris, we've got Belib, or the former Autolib charging stations. So here it only means that there are not enough charging stations for the numbers of electric vehicles that are being used right now in France. It's just comparing the two figures. And of course, the use is you park your car, plug it and unplug it, and leave a few hours after that, or a few minutes after that. This is about public charging stations. What we do is, in fact, private charging stations to rent. So here, those charging stations are in parking lots which are underneath, which are gated, so protected. You can enter this parking lot, this Yespark recharge parking lot, only if you've subscribed to our service. And it's your space. You've got it. It's for you. It's space number 12. You're the only one that can park here. Sorry, and you're the only one that can plug here and charge your car. So it's really your space, which is a huge advantage compared also to a public charging station, which can be, well, not available because already used. And if it is available, you've got to leave, otherwise it will cost you a lot of money. We don't have any question, but we've got 2 minutes left. So if one of you has a question, I will be very, very happy to try to answer it. No more question.
I don't think there's any questions coming right now in the chat box. I don't know if you have any concluding marks, or if you want to finish a little bit early. There's just a couple of seconds left in the end.
Yeah, my conclusion would be, let's meet. Don't hesitate. We'll take time to discuss with you. It's a very exciting subject. So yeah, let's meet. You've got the link below on the screen.
Thank you for this very interesting speech, and such an interesting company that you have. It's necessary with these kind of things, and I'm sure people will be in contact. And I think that the chat box on the platform will be open a little bit longer in case someone comes with questions later on. And for anyone listening in, we still have a couple of presentations left at Autonomy Digital for this afternoon. So stay tuned for more interesting speeches and presentations. And thank you very much, Thibaut.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.